Hello, my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to see one previous year GATE numerical. This question was asked in GATE 2012 for 4 marks. That is, it is a common data question. For question number 1 and question number 2, the data is given common. And question number 1 is for 2 marks and question number 2 is for 2 marks. The question is, a refrigerator operates between 120 kilopascal and 800 kilopascal. Now here, the lower pressure is evaporator pressure, therefore pressure of evaporator is equal to 120 kilopascal, and higher pressure is for condenser, therefore pressure of condenser is equal to 800 kilopascal. Then 120 kilopascal and 800 kilopascal in an ideal vapor compression cycle with R134A. Now R134A means it is a refrigerator or refrigerant. It is a refrigerant name, right? As a refrigerant, the refrigerant enters the compressor as saturated vapor. This statement is important. The refrigerant enters the compressor as saturated vapor, then and leaves the condenser as saturated liquid, and the exit of condenser is saturated liquid. Means it is a standard VCR cycle. Let us draw the standard VCR cycle. If I draw temperature versus entropy diagram, on temperature versus entropy diagram, there will be a liquid vapor dome. Now entry to the compressor, that is 1, is a saturated vapor state. Therefore 1 is on saturated vapor line. And 1 to 2, there is a reversible adiabatic compression, that is isentropy compression, entropy remains constant and temperature increases. And 2 to 3, there is a constant pressure heat rejection in condenser. Therefore 2 to 3, there will be a constant pressure line will be like this on TS diagram that already we have seen. And the exit of condenser, at the exit of condenser there is a saturated liquid state, means 3 is saturated liquid state on saturated liquid line. Then from 3 to 4 there is a throttling, that is isenthalpy, again constant enthalpy, entropy increases, temperature decreases, right? This is throttling process. And 4 to 1 there is a constant pressure heat absorption in evaporator, therefore 4 to 1 is a evaporator. And here pressure P1 is equal to P4 is equal to evaporator pressure is given 120 kilopascal, therefore evaporator pressure is equal to P1 is equal to P4. And here pressure P2 and P3, which is nothing but condenser pressure, which is given 800 kilopascal, therefore P2 is equal to P3 is equal to condenser pressure is equal to 800 kilopascal, right? Now again, the mass flow rate of refrigerant is 0.2 kg per second. Here mass flow rate of refrigerant is given 0.2 kg per second. Then the properties for R134A are as follows. Now here let us understand these properties. Now pressure is given. My dear students, I think it is clearly visible, and if not clearly visible, here I am dictating. Here pressure is given in kilopascal, temperature in degree Celsius, HF value is given. Here these are the HF values. Look at the arrow. HF is kilojoule per kg, Hg is kilojoule per kg, SF is kilojoule per kg Kelvin, Sg is kilojoule per kg Kelvin, right? And here in pressure, first pressure is 120 kilopascal and corresponding temperature is minus 22.32 degrees Celsius. Now add 120 kilopascal, that means P1 and P4. 120 kilopascal is P1 and P4. Then H1, my dear students, can I say H1 is nothing but Hg value at 120 kilopascal, that is evaporator pressure, right? Therefore we can say H1 is equal to, for H1 at 120 kilopascal we have to see Hg value, which is 137 kilojoule per kg. Therefore H1 is 237 kilojoule per kg, right? Here this value you will find. I hope this is visible to you. As question is large, I have taken small image, right? Therefore 237, sorry. Again SF is given, Sg is given, means at 1 Sg will be the value. Then my dear students, our target is to find H2, H3 and H4. Now look at the 800 kilopascal. Here HF, Hg values are given, SF, Hg values are given. But at 800 kilopascal, that is P2 and P3, two condition is in superheated state. Therefore for two condition we have to see superheated table, and here superheated steam table is also given. Now at pressure 800 kilopascal, temperature 40 degrees Celsius, the enthalpy is 276.45. Now my dear students, this enthalpy value is H2 value because only 2 point is in superheated state. Therefore, H2 is nothing but 276.45, and the unit is as usual kilojoule per kg. Now, then, my dear students, for H3, we have to see HF value at 800 kilopascal. Therefore, again go to the here first steam table. Therefore, at 800 kilopascal, if I see HF value, that is in this table, this 95.5, this value will be the S3, right? Therefore, here we can say S3 is equal to 95.5 kilojoule per kg. Then, my dear students, 3 to 4 is isenthalpic process, that is throttling process. For throttling process, enthalpy remains constant, that is S3 is equal to H4. Therefore, S3 is equal to H4 is equal to 95.5 kilojoule per kg, right? This is a given data. Now, the question number 1 is the rate at which heat is extracted in kilojoule per second from the refrigerated space is. Now, my dear students, for very first question, let us erase here question so that we will get sufficient space for the solution. Let us solve the question now. Now, my dear students, very first question we are going to solve. Now, for very first question, they are asking here the rate at which heat is extracted in kilojoule per second from the refrigerated space. That means they are asking net refrigerating effect. The meaning of this is net refrigerating effect in kilojoule per second. Kilojoule per second means kilowatt, right? That means it is a evaporator load. That is 4 to 1. There is a net refrigerating effect. Therefore, my dear students, this net refrigerating effect is equal to, we can say, H1 minus H4, which is nothing but H1 is given, right? And my dear students, all the values are in kilojoule per kg. Therefore, this answer will be kilojoule per kg. But they are asking in kilojoule per second. Now, if I multiply this equation, that is kilojoule per kg, by kg per second is mass flow rate. Kg will get cancelled. Answer will be kilojoule per second, which is nothing but kilowatt. And they are asking kilowatt answer. Therefore, net refrigerating effect will be equal to mass flow rate of refrigerant into H1 minus H4. This will be our result for net refrigerating effect. So let us find this net refrigerating effect. Therefore, mass flow rate is given 0.2, H1 is 237, and H4 is 95.5. Right. If I find net refrigerating effect, the answer will be 28.3 kilojoule per second, which is nothing but kilowatt, also called kilowatt. Therefore, it is 28.3. Therefore, look at the options. If I look at the option, I think option A is 28.3, which is the correct choice. Therefore, option A is correct choice for first question. Now, second question is the power required for the compressor in kilowatt is. Now, again, the power of compressor they are asking. Now, my dear students, let us find this power of compressor again in kilowatt. Again, it is in kilowatt. Now, my dear students, compressor is from 1 to 2, right? Therefore, second question, power of compressor, which is nothing but work of compressor in kilowatt. Therefore, mass flow rate of refrigerant into 1 to 2 is a compressor. Therefore, H2 minus H1. Therefore, work of compressor, which is nothing but power of compressor, is equal to mass flow rate is 0.2. H2 is given 276.45 minus H1 is given 237. And if I simplify this, I will get work of compressor, which is nothing but power required, will be equal to 7.9 kilowatt. Now look at the options. For this 7.9 kilowatt, I think option C is there. Therefore, for second question, option C is correct choice. Now, my dear students, for same question, they can ask you what will be the COP of cycle. Now here, if they ask you COP of cycle, the COP is nothing but net refrigerating effect divided by work of compressor. Therefore, COP of VCR cycle is equal to net refrigerating effect divided by work of compressor. Therefore, net refrigerating effect is 28.3 divided by work of compressor is 7.9. Whatever may be the result, you can find for COP. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will see one more numerical on this topic.